This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Tuesday to talk about Bitcoin, crypto, banks, the news, and we're going to break it all down for you guys. If you guys are ready for the Zest, you're ready for the education. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and share the stream out with friends so more people know what's going on in this beautiful space that we call Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I love Bitcoin. All right. Make sure you guys are also checking out our sponsors as you're saying good morning to me. Both Cake Wallet and Market Cipher links are in the live chat as well as the description. Make sure to use code missteencrypto or code ZESTY for 20% off at checkout. Brian, remind me when I'm doing some chartery requests. I will grab that for you 100%. Okay, we got John Germain. We have Oval, my girl, Alexandra G. Randy, Mike Volmer, what's up? Emma's in here somewhere. XRP A11Y, Bullish Bradley, Eben, nice to see you. He said it feels like Monday for you. I know. And as Lifer was just saying on his stream, he thinks it's like, you know, that kind of Monday madness with trading since the market was closed yesterday. And it's just another reminder of Bitcoin being open 24/7 and the market's always being closed when it's a holiday or some day that's not convenient to work. We have Joe Harvey in the chat as well. S-Dog, nice to see you. Tom Allen. Oh, of course, Geo. Geo's just causing so much trouble in here already. Automatic Beats, Nismo, nice to see you. Black Hat, M2, what's up? Nice to see you. S-Dog, I think I said hello to. Habibi from X, hello, Habibi. Nice to see you. Jamie said it's Monday. Crimson's in the chat. Nice to see you, Crimson. John Legend, nice to see you. Lazarus, what up? Redman is here as well. Sawtooth Hiker, John Crypto Enthusiast, Klamar, Gold 13 Dragon, Crypto Michael, Naren. Nice to see everybody in the chat. Welcome. I need you guys to say good morning to me so I can give you love. Smokey Dan, it's Smokey in here. We have X, nice to see you. Welcome to the show. We have Hugh Jordan, Golden. Oh, Golden, I almost didn't think it was you. There's Golden 13 Dragon. And then you, Golden, why is your PFP not golden? We need you to be sparkly. BTC being open forever is a bad thing. You haven't slept in 3 years. I think that's a you problem. I think that's a risk management problem. I think that's you not taking care of your health, which you should. I encourage everyone to go hit the gym, drink some water, eat some food, take a sip of coffee if you find it appropriate. I sure do. I feel like that sounds very Southern. I sure do. Can't. I always do this. Crypto Farmer, hello. We're going to jump into the stream. So again, make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe, share the stream out with friends. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers. Angry Johnny from Pittsburgh, what up? Arcanjo, nice to see you from TikTok. Gary Littlemore, both on X and TikTok because he's a king. Christopher Hanna, nice to see you. Jamie, that's the largest mug I've ever seen. It's it's the size of my head. I love it so much. Zon Kang, nice to see you. I just love this chat, man. I love this chat. Always remember to do what you love, my friends. Do what you love. Let's get after it. We have some interesting news. And first, we're going to discuss the banks, because that's why we're in this space, is because of the banks and how horrible they are. And we see that the consolidation is happening. Banks acquiring other banks, like Barclays wanted to acquire a UK bank. And now we saw a huge, colossal deal of around $35 billion. This was Capital One acquiring Discover. And this is This is a crazy, huge deal. And it's just even pointed out in this article how dangerous all of this is becoming in the whole financial system. Let's talk about it. Capital One is going to acquire Discover, creating a consumer lending colossus. Capital One announced on Monday it would acquire Discover Financial Services in an all-stock transaction valued at $35.3 billion, a deal that would merge the two of the largest credit card companies in the United freaking States. Quote, a space that is already dominated by a relatively small number of mega players is about to get a little smaller. There they tell you right here here. It's a huge problem that these banks are acquiring other banks and other payment systems or payment processors are acquiring one another. They're already saying it. It's already top 10, and then it's going to be top 5, and then the one bank, the one payment rail, and universal basic income and CBDCs. This is where the whole road begins. We see here Capital One has about $479 billion in assets and one of the nation's largest banks and issues credit cards on networks run by Visa and MasterCard. Acquiring Discover would give it access to a credit card network of 305 million cardholders, adding it to its base of more than 100 million customers. The country's 4 major networks are American Express, MasterCard, Visa, and Discover, which is far fewer cardholders than its competitors. They say, even right here, how the consolidation is happening. Quote, it is very difficult to imagine how federal regulators could allow Capital One to buy Discover, given the requirement that mergers benefit the public as well as the insiders. See, this is the first thought that we even had when JP Morgan acquired First Republic. Why would this be allowed? Because it benefits the insiders at JP Morgan. Supposedly, it benefits the public, not really, because it's just the bigger banks getting bigger, and the same thing here where this bank is getting larger, Capital One, and also the payment system. If this, because they already have American Express, MasterCard, Visa, Discover, they could manipulate these fees. They can make them more egregious than they already are. People are already struggling to pay for things, and then these fees on top of everything already, on top of taxes. Then you have the credit card fees. It's becoming unaffordable and not feasible to even use your cards anymore versus cash. This has a huge magnitude of involvement with other companies, as we mentioned. They even brought up New York Community Bank here, saying that they've had a sizable loss, but they wanted to set aside more capital to act as a buffer for future problems. This is because of the real estate market, and Capital One is also going to pay shareholders a 26% premium based on the company's closing stock price on Friday. Discover was valued at $28 billion when the market closed on Friday, and Capital One was valued at $52 billion. So Discover is worth 28, 52 is Capital One. So it's just crazy that this company is worth more than half of Capital One, yet they were able to acquire them. Something about this just doesn't seem right to me. All of it doesn't seem right to me, which again makes us think about the turbulence we've had here with Discover, because even their former chief executive stepped down amid a regulatory review of incorrectly classified credit card accounts. So you see here, there's a lot of corruption that still occurs in the traditional financial system. Discover had their chief executive step down because of incorrectly classified credit accounts. We do not know the manipulation that happens within the traditional financial system because it's not transparent. We don't know the magnitude of classified credit card accounts and incorrectly classifying them because there really are no answers there. How much money was moved? What exactly were they doing that was incorrect? And why did Discover get to keep going without being fined or looked into by any of our regulatory authorities, and just gets to wipe their hands clean by being acquired by Capital One? It doesn't make sense. The valuations don't make sense. Obviously, Discover pumped pre-market, was up over 10% pre-market. Right now, it's at $123 a share, up 12%. As you can see, that's a big jump from yesterday's 110 to now the 123, which is almost the all-time high for the stock, which you guys can see has an all-time high of around $130. I don't know. Who buys their shares? Capital One is acquiring Discover with the shares, and they're going to pay the shareholders a premium on that. But yeah, it just, the math isn't mathing here for me. Even Capital One, their stock, we could take a look at their stock this morning. It was definitely in the green pre-market, but it seems right now that it's taking, hold on. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a glitch here. I don't know what happened. Okay, now you're looking at Capital One. That was definitely in the green pre-market. And this chart just looks very weird to me. But it's $136 a share, down 0.81% right now. I don't know, guys. Seems very odd to me. Seems very odd. And it's also not near its all-time high of 177, getting pretty close. However, will this push the stock up? Will Discover and Capital One merge? Like, I'm just very confused about how the stock end of it works. But just very sus indeed. The math isn't mathing there. How could Capital One be evaluated at $52 billion and acquire Discover that's valued at $28 billion? Math isn't mathing. If someone wants to explain that to me, you definitely could. But again, it's an example of consolidation between the financial system, the payment system, and the banking system, where it's going to be a melt up of all of these mega players becoming even more mega until one gets acquired by the other, and there's only going to be one bank left, one payment system left, and that's where we get a little bit messed up and we have to draw the line. Especially because we're understanding Bitcoin, we understand the purpose of being our own bank so that we don't have to worry about banks getting acquired, banks failing. And we already know that these banks are not transparent about what they do. We don't know if they're solvent. We don't know if they have any reserves, as well as their investments. And if they're pulling like a Bank of America, using your name, your identity to open credit card accounts without your permission. How they were saying here that they're not correctly classifying credit accounts. These people are bad actors, and they will continue to be bad actors until they get called out and they can't hide it anymore. That's what we see continuously over and over again. Same with SVB, same with First Republic, and all of the 5 banks that failed last year. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Sharing the stream out with friends. I have a sound for this.
Why don't you like and subscribe and share this video?
Thanks, Piano Maddie B. Appreciate it. Gary Cardone said legacy institutions like Cap One and Discover have to do merger deals like this to have a chance at surviving. Yeah, there's a reason why they're not surviving, but they don't tell you that reason, which is pretty important if you ask me. But we have some interesting news today, but I'm going to continue to let people come in here. We have 90 people. I'm going to wait till we get some more. Hopefully you guys are smashing the likes and whatnot. We're going to talk about the broader crackdown in, hold on. I have the sound.
China.
We talk about this quite often because I don't know why anyone believes a single thing that comes out of China. Thank you, Donnie, for the rose. Apparently, Chinese local authorities are warning the public of crypto-related scams amid a broader crackdown. But if you listen to what they're saying here, everything that's not the digital yuan is something that is a scam and something that they don't want you to touch. Listen to the wording of this article. Chinese financial watchdogs and police in a city province released a notice urging investors to beware of, quote, illegal fundraising activities disguised as lucrative investment opportunities involving crypto and the metaverse as China continues its crackdown on crypto-related fraud amid a ban on crypto trading. In a joint notice, they noted, and 6 other authorities stated, that there was unscrupulous individuals who have orchestrated scams through online platforms like WeChat to lure investors into downloading illegal apps and purchasing illegitimate cryptocurrencies. Such behaviors could lead to suspected illegal fundraising, fraud, and other criminal activities, according to the authorities. There was a public warning that came out after several notices came out, including the People's Bank of China, detailing the illegal nature of token issuance, financing, and trading. Obviously, we know for the past few years, pretty much since 2020, we've been hearing, oh my gosh, Bitcoin mining banned, Bitcoin banned, crypto bad. And then China tries to shake it up all the time and be like, you know what? Nah, we actually really like crypto. We want to be a crypto hub, Coinbase, Gemini, everyone and your mom that's based in the United States. Come on over here to China, Hong Kong. Base yourselves here. We got you. No, this is not how it works. And then we heard that China wants OTC trading, that they want to regulate that. But you have to have a license. You have to pass a test, especially for the ETFs that they want to release for retail trading. Nothing is real in China. There is no retail trading. The only trading that happens is what the government tells people to do and who they can control. Obviously, crypto is something that they can't control because in order to trade OTC, to have the ETFs, what do you have to do? You have to pass a knowledge test to prove that you're smart enough to invest in something. You have to have a certain net worth. How can you acquire a net worth in a country that doesn't allow you to build as an individual? How can you pass a test if they could easily manipulate every single thing that they do? When you're reading this article, they talk about WeChat groups to illegitimate cryptocurrencies. According to China, everything besides the digital yuan is illegitimate. That could include Bitcoin, Ethereum, even FLUX, who was advertising in Hong Kong, somehow got away with it, and they cracked down on them instantly because they said that FLUX was dangerous, that it was a scam. It's FLUX, man. Everything that they can't control, they don't want. Even when it comes down to gaming, that has nothing to do with Web3. All these gaming stocks in China were tanking because they didn't want an economy that they can't control, because what people were doing were playing games, enjoying themselves, and taking their digital tokens and swapping it for the yuan, which they do not want. The digital yuan itself is a closed system. People inside of China cannot send their yuan outside of the border. They could expire. Their money expires, the digital yuan. Everything in China is not real. So I don't understand why anyone takes any of this seriously, because you can't believe what they say. How do you know what's actually happening in a completely communist environment? That's what I'm saying. Illegitimate crypto. Anything but the digital yuan is illegitimate to them. Just pointing that out. And I'm going to get pretty spicy, man, because the next few things we're going to talk about are very interesting. It includes the ECB. It includes Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, let's break this down a little bit. Sam Bankman-Fried collapsed a few years ago. Obviously, FTX was a major scam, complete fraud. If you deposited money in FTX, it went to Alameda and went to SBF, his girlfriend. There are many boyfriends and girlfriends, whatever they had going on there. And the parents, they sent money to the parents. They bought their parents luxury things. All of a sudden, company properties from FTX were under the parents' name. Apparently, FTX customers are going to be made whole, which again doesn't make sense because there were over $8 billion lost. They recovered $7 billion, and they're staking millions of dollars of ETH and Solana for annual returns. Again, nothing makes sense, especially the FTX hack that occurred. Where are they recovering this crypto from? Also, it makes me question who gets to interview Sam Bankman-Fried. One of the only people that was able to come near Sam Bankman-Fried was Tiffany Fong. Now, Tiffany Fong, I don't know. She got to meet President Biden, claimed she was a +1 to an event. She got to talk to Sam Bankman-Fried when no one else could. And then all of a sudden yesterday, she says that she got the first photos of SBF from Brooklyn, the Brooklyn jail, MDC Brooklyn, and somehow got to talk to an ex-gang member that was in jail with SBF. One, how did you get the picture? Two, how do you know who was in jail with SBF? How'd you get in contact with them? And who was allowed to give you that information to get in contact with such people? Again, a lot of this does not make sense to me, but let's talk about it. She said, exclusive. First photos of SBF from jail. SBF lost a lot of weight and grew a beard. And then she also has a gang member in here, G-Lock, who was recently released, who was with SBF.
Tiff, and okay, listen, I've made some new friends, some new recent inmate friends, much to my parents' chagrin, but I've managed to get my hands on the first and I believe the only photos of Sam Bankman-Fried ever since he was thrown in jail in MDC Brooklyn in August 2023. In case you don't remember, Sam Bankman-Fried obviously already went to trial, but no one can bring electronics into the courtroom, so there were no photos of Sam that came out. And from my understanding, no one's allowed to bring electronics into prison or jail visits, so there may never be any more photos that come out of Sam Bankman-Fried since he's already in jail. So here are the photos, and I've actually interviewed this man standing beside Sam Bankman-Fried. I call him G-Lock, and he's an ex-Blood gang member, and I'll be posting the interview on my YouTube channel in the next few days. My YouTube channel is just my name, Tiffany Fong. Also, according to G-Lock, these photos were taken on December 17th, 2023, because apparently inmates are only allowed to take photos on Christmas and Father's Day. So anyway, this photo is somewhat recent. It was taken after Sam Bankman-Fried was convicted on all 7 criminal charges. And as you can see, he's hanging out with other inmates and he looks a little bit out of place and he's obviously lost some weight, and I've heard that he's not showering very much. He's not as clean shaven as he used to be, but he's obviously going through a lot right now.
Listen, first and foremost, my son Sam Bankman is clean shaven. You heard? Was clean shaven. Now, scruffy than a motherfucker. Like he got a full beard.
Does he have a full beard?
Literally, full beard connection.
Holy shit.
I'm like, Sam, like, what are you doing, bro? He's like, I'm just gonna try to grow it. I never did it before. Like, really, you know what's depressing though, for me? Sam had a belly when I met him. He had a belly. He was eating good, you heard? Skinny, like a toothpick right now. Like, he's not getting in the shower. He's not doing anything. Like, he lost it. So, like, you know.
Yeah, he's not showering.
Not showering.
Yeah, Gene told me he wasn't showering back in the day.
No, he
He's
wasn't.
still not showering. Yeah. Do you think it's because he's afraid of the rumors about dropping the soap, or do you think? That's what I was wondering, man.
It used to happen in the 90s and the early 2000s and stuff. Like, this era, that's not really going to happen.
Doesn't happen
like
anymore? He doesn't want to make himself too pretty for the other men. Oh, so it doesn't. That stuff doesn't happen.
Nah, that's like kind of.
That's good. So no one's beating him up.
Nah, nobody's beating him up.
Good.
You know, it was just that one incident.
I hope that me posting this photo doesn't upset Sam, but G-Lock said that when the picture was being taken, it was around Christmas. And apparently Sam was like, oh, so I'm not in the photo, so he joined the photo. So, I mean, the photo exists, so I'm just saying, I'm not trying to piss Sam off by posting the photo. So again, I will be posting the full interview with G-Lock in the next few days. I'm just a really slow editor, and I don't have a team to help me, so I'm doing all of this myself, and I don't really know what I'm doing, okay? But I did want to include this little clip with G-Lock that we
Yeah, so I don't know. My opinion, 100% sus. Like, I don't know. Again, how did she get the photo? Who gave her the photo? Who, like, you know, it just doesn't make sense how she got in contact with this guy. How did she know that they actually spent time together? You know, again, a lot of these things leave a lot of question marks on all fronts. All. But other than that, you see SBF. It doesn't even look like him, to be honest. I've never seen him in an orange jumpsuit either. Never saw him walk into the prison at any point. So a lot of this, again, is still confusing to me. How do we know, like, you know, how legitimate this is? Still very questionable. A lot of people very much believe it right off the bat. I'm always one that questions. So that's just me. But there you guys go. An update on SBF. Welcome, Naked Canadian, to the Zesty fam. Aww. I appreciate you joining. Shout out to you, my friend, Naked Canadian. Hope you're staying warm and not really actually naked out in the snow. She's been following this for ages, but again, like, you know, there's questions on, like, how she, like, you know, actually got in contact with SBF. You know, especially that was one of her first stories ever was SBF. So again, there's still too many questions. But hopefully one day we have them answered. Who knows? Ronell, thank you. Oh my gosh. Magic Sun, thank you for the lightning bolts too. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Who I don't appreciate, what I don't appreciate is the ECB. Because the ECB, they're evil. Evil. Now, firstly, they're saying that there could be stable coins within the ECB and even the UK. So let's talk about the UK first before I get spicy and talk about the ECB specifically. We're going to talk about the UK. The UK wants to put out their digital pound. They're very, very forward on that. Very forward on that. However, they're trying to say that maybe they're going to put out some stablecoin laws and maybe some staking laws, which again doesn't really add up considering that they want to have their CBDC and the stable coins kind of lead you into that, especially if they're government made, if they're government issued. It's basically the same thing. Right here, the UK minister expects stable coins and staking legislation within the next 6 months. Right here, the UK minister signaled a fresh commitment to introduce stablecoin and other crypto-related legislation to the country this year. Economic Secretary to the Treasury, BIM, said that the UK government was pushing very hard to bring legislation around stables and crypto staking services within the next 6 months. Quote, we're very clear about what we want to get done, and over the next 6 months, he says all these things are doable. The Bank of England and the Financial Conduct Authority in 2023 introduced broad plans like MICA, and they also have the timeline for the stablecoin rules indicated in the consultations by mid-2024. Apparently, during the timeline, when asked about it, they said, there's just a huge amount going on, so I don't want to commit to that now. I do not trust the UK. I do not trust the ECB of all people. And in 2022, the Prime Minister of the UK said that he wants to have this be a global crypto hub in the country. However, the UK Prime Minister, one of the first things he mentioned was CBDCs, which also brings us to the ECB now, because the ECB, they're right on the tail. It's like, the UK, the ECB, it doesn't really make sense, but it is what it is. Because I really just don't understand how all of these things really line up with freedom. And that's what it always comes down to. Life, liberty, property. All of these things are so important. The ECB is responding to banks' objections of the digital euro and suggesting some priorities here. What priorities are they talking about? First, let's play a little video from a digital European advocate named Georgina from the European Central Bank. Take a look at this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I'm Georgina. Meh.
How would a digital euro benefit payment service providers? A digital euro could boost European payment service providers like banks and bring them new business opportunities. Here's how. 1. Payment service providers could distribute a digital euro and be the main point of contact with the people and retailers who use it. 2. There would be fair compensation models for providers distributing a digital euro, as well as safeguards for financial stability, like digital euro holding limits. And 3, a digital euro would harmonize European standards, enabling payment service providers to expand their services across borders to cover the entire euro area. Overall, a digital euro would make our European payment system more competitive and innovative, preserving our strategic autonomy and reducing our dependence on non-European providers.
This is so ridiculous. Basically, they're saying they're going to pay them and give them an incentive. This guy comments, here we go. ECB trying to sell us programmable centralized currency with potential to convert us into economic slaves. Initially, of course, it would be a cool app to make life easy, but if citizens buy into it, they are sowing the seeds of their own enslavement. They were talking about stable coins within this as well, but first, we see they had board members in a column that published a column in 2 versions on February 19th addressing the bank intermediation. Specifically, they discussed CBDCs. They said despite the explicit inclusion of mitigation measures in a CBDC design, banking associations, bank-sponsored think tanks, and scholars have continued to publish studies emphasizing the risks associated with eliminating financial intermediaries from transactions. And they're saying they want to take away intermediaries, but we know the banks are going to run their own nodes anyway, and this is going to be a private blockchain. So if they don't like you, they don't like what you're doing, they can easily just shut down your account. The authors provide counter arguments to claim that the digital euro could cause an acute economy-wide banking crisis and that banks risk losing deposits as a source of refinancing in the long term. They also have stablecoins, e-money, institutions, and other narrow bank constructs, some sponsored by big tech companies with huge customer bases, do not care about the role of the banks in the economy. And this is what it's all about. It's all about the power. And this brings me to our classic clip of Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank. We have 2 clips. One is about how badly we need the central banks in general. Listen to this, because there's a lot of people that are new to the channel that need to hear this.
Where do we stand? We central bankers. We have been operating as a monetary anchor in relation to the commercial banks and the private money. If we are not in that game, if we are not involved in experimenting, in innovating in terms of digital central bank money, we risk losing the role of anchor that we have played for many, many decades. And we have historical examples of period where the central bank monetary anchor was not there, and that precipitated crisis after crisis. That certainly was the case at the time of the free banking in the 19th century. Do we want to go back to those days? Probably not. I would say certainly not from our vantage point, as a result of which we have to respond to the demand for those digital payments in order to maintain the role of anchor that we have been playing regularly.
So basically, she says that if we don't have the central bank, if they don't create a CBDC, we're going to go into utter chaos. We need them. We need Christine. And we need the utter control that the digital euro is going to provide. Here's another famous clip from Christine.
You're introducing the electronic euro, as I know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
How can how can switching to an electronic currency help?
Well, two things. Number one, it will be decided in October. So we are preparing the ground. We want to be ready. We want to be trained, but it will not be decided until October 23. The reason I'm personally convinced that we have to move ahead is a situation like the one we are in now. We are dependent on the supply of gas by a very unfriendly country. I don't want Europe to be dependent on an unfriendly country's currency. For instance, I don't know, the Chinese currency, the Russian currency, the whatever. Or dependent on a friendly currency, but which is activated by a private corporate entity like, Facebook or like Google or anybody like that.
I'm user of Bitcoin too, so I had bought it when it started, and I hope that it also will work through the special system. And I know there are many protests in Europe against the electronic euro. What is the reason?
It's the beauty of Europe. It has different positions. If you ask in Northern Europe, for instance, in the Netherlands, they're quite happy to see the e-euro coming. If you ask a young German man, he'll say, yeah, fine. As I said, I don't want Meta, Google, or Amazon to suddenly come up with a currency that would take over the sovereignty of Europe. I don't want a foreign currency to become the currency of trading within Europe. So we have to be ready.
No, the problem is they don't want to be controlled.
Thank you.
They don't want to.
Yeah, but you know what? Now we have in Europe this threshold above 1,000 euros. You cannot pay cash. If you do, you are on the gray market. You take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go in jail. But the
Do you hear that? If you transact over $1,000, you will go to jail. Do you understand how crazy that is?
digital euro is going to have a limited amount of control. There will be control. You're right. You're completely right. We are considering whether for very small amounts, anything that is around 300, 400 euros, we could have a mechanism where there is zero control. But that could be dangerous. The terrorist attacks on France back 10 years ago were entirely financed by those very small anonymous credit cards that you can recharge in total anonymity.
Dude, this woman is so wild. So if you're spending over $1,000 in cash, you're in the gray market, you might go to jail. And that if maybe she'll give you $300 to $400 to just spend and without any watching over. How is that okay? This is from April of 2023, this clip. This one is from March of 2023. So last year, this woman was on a mad tear about how we need the central banks. They need to be the status. They need to maintain their status as an anchor in the monetary system, or else we're going to go into complete chaos. And they want to control every single transaction you do. Well, if you look at the recent data on everything, they want to have you have a limit already of 10,000 euros. 10,000. Just to save the banks and their behinds from going and having a huge financial crisis. That is the whole point. Don't you see the whole point is control? The whole point is to monitor every single thing you do, to take away from this, take away from life, liberty, property. You're not allowed to make a transaction and them not know about it. Privacy is a basic human right. You're allowed to pay things because you want to buy them, or pay somebody because you like what they're doing, or you are paying for their services. Who are you to tell me what I can do and what I can't do with my money? This is why Bitcoin. This is why we need something with a finite supply of 21 million Bitcoin, a halving schedule every 4 years. Unlike these plebs that are able to tell you what you can do with your money, count your carbon credits while they're flying private jets, they're doing whatever they want to do and spending gosh knows how much money on all the illicit things they want to do because they're in control of the system. They get to digitally and physically print whatever they want in every country, and who pays the price for it? You and I, the regular people that are fighting to survive in this world. They want to enslave you. That's the point of fiat. That's the point of inflation. That's the point of CBDCs. It's not for you. It's not for your convenience. It's not for the merchants. It's for tyranny. It's for social credit scores. China has it outlined perfectly. Where their money expires, it's a closed circuit. It's attached to your NFC chip, the same technology you use for tap and pay, your SIM card for offline payments. So no matter if you're online or offline, they track you, they tell you what you can do, what you can't do, and if you disobey them and transact with whatever you want, you get thrown in jail. I could be paying my rent for over $1,000 in cash, and you're going to throw me in jail because you didn't monitor me paying my rent? This is tyranny. This is disgusting. We don't need these people. We don't need these old people that are telling us what to do and how to live our lives. Why can't we tell them what to do? Why can't we watch their carbon credits, how much money they're spending every day? How much environmental impact that these people have with their private jets and all their luxury everything, compared to us transacting with Bitcoin and just living our lives the way we want to live them. This is what it's all about. And I hope I didn't scare anybody, but I'm just telling you the truth. And that's what I'm here for. And that's what Bitcoin tells you is the truth. Transparency. They don't want transparency because then we get to understand what they're doing every single day. What a ridiculous thing. What a ridiculous thing. But the fancy restaurants that I've taken dates to are over 1,000 euros, and they gladly took my euro. It's a double standard. Listen, Golden, it doesn't matter, because now if you're just a regular Joe and now you want to go on a date with your girl and spend over 1,000 euros, they're going to say, oh, you're not allowed to. You have to go to jail now. And they're going to tell you you can only hold 10,000 euros, so you can only go on 10 dates with your girl. How horrible is that? I don't know. All I know is that these governments, they try to monitor what we do, like $600 in the U.S. Like, you got to file with the IRS. Meanwhile, the U.S. can't account, our own government can't account for billions of dollars. It just went missing. We don't know where it went. Like, where's the double standard there? When do they get held accountable? Where's their transparency? Where's our money going? What a disgrace. What a disgrace. It's absolutely horrible. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. I got so spicy. I just got very upset. And shout out to Wifey Wick. I don't know why it didn't pop up on my screen, but she sent me a very beautiful $4.99 super chat. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Shout out to you. Make sure you guys are continuing to smash the likes for Love and Zest. Hold on.
Why don't you like and subscribe and share this video?
Let's talk about Switzerland. Switzerland. There's some crypto hedge fund that's upset with the client because they were involved in FTX. Like this I thought was funny.
A potato.
A potato. We have right here crypto hedge fund. I think it's Tier Capital. Don't come after me. But Tier Capital is battling a dispute with one of its clients over its exposure with FTX. Apparently, they've been accused of criminal mismanagement by one of its clients, TGT, that has had its office raided by a Swiss prosecutor, and it's now looking to close its account and recover the remaining assets, which includes a $22 million claim against FTX, which is why it's insane that they didn't do their own research on this, take self-custody, one, because they're relying on somebody else to hold everything for them and manage things for them. Ridiculous. TGT alleged that it raised concerns about FTX between November 7th and November 10th of 2022. However, the firm, led by ex-Deutsche Bank exec, only withdrew the assets from FTX the day it filed for bankruptcy. Like, this is why self-custody. This is why you can't rely on things like FTX. You can't rely on any exchanges, because it doesn't matter who you are or who you deal with, like TGT, like dealing with this capital firm. You have to take custody of your crypto. All of these firms are going to realize this. Now, what's going to happen with things like this, and why I wanted to mention it, is because of the whole battle of self-custody, especially for institutions. Now, institutions, what they're going to do is they're going to have crypto, but they're going to custody it with the bank versus all these firms, because these firms are ridiculous and they don't manage anything. All these people that manage your wealth are absolutely people that you should not rely on, because the only person that's going to make it for you is you. And clearly, these people did not take self-custody or cared about it, because they only cared when FTX filed for bankruptcy. Take self-custody. All these hedge funds, all these firms are going to rely on banks to custody their crypto, which again, I don't agree with anyway. And I think people should, even if you are an institution, have your own form of a custodial wallet that is disclosed to your regulators. So that way you're responsible for your money. And if you lose it, it's on you. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I enjoy responsibility. Maybe I enjoy being in charge of my own money. And especially if I'm a huge company and I'm custodying cryptocurrency, I'm not relying on 3 different people like FTX and this other person to make sure I'm okay. Like, that's ridiculous. Exactly, Ronell. No keys, no cheese, bae. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I actually love talking, though, about NFTs and such. Right, Ronell? Thank you for the hand hearts. I appreciate it. I'm very into the zest of NFTs. I'm very interested in the use case for it all. Like a Polygon-based lending platform that's going to provide crypto liquidity for luxury items. Now, I think it's very cool. I think it's very zesty. And I'm a big fan of putting things on the blockchain so you can see where things have gone, accountability, authenticity, ownership, most importantly. Here we have a Polygon-based lending platform that's going to use blockchain tech to solve the liquidity issues luxury collectible items owners face when they're converting their assets to cash. This guy is an advisor, Ravelli, to an asset-backed lending platform, Alter, and told Cointelegraph that the luxury item collectors face several problems when converting their assets to cash, and collectors could receive lower fees as dealers need to profit when reselling the items. Taking the auction route could raise better prices, but also takes a lot of prep and requires the payment of third-party fees. The executive believes that blockchain can play a role in solving the hassle, and collectors can digitize their collectibles, create a digital certificate of ownership within the blockchain, and use the digitized assets as collateral to obtain loans. It gives people the opportunity to access on-chain liquidity that has never played a role in traditional markets of collectibles. Real-world assets is something that they bring up here. Real-world assets is just a bougie name for NFTs. Don't let them fool you. RWA's real-world assets. It's literally a bougie NFT, a fancy way to say NFT is basically all that is. So I very much think this is cool. We already have like lending platforms and things like that for digital collectibles. But now to see things like if you have a Rolex, if you have something right here like a Patek, any sort of cool watch, or even this painting one day, I could go put this on the blockchain. My question, though, is how on the blockchain is this? What kind of metadata is shared on the blockchain? How can we authenticate the physical to the digital? Like if I list a Rolex Daytona like this person did here, how can someone verify that it's real and then go get it? So there are a few questions I have, and how people are going to maybe settle for what's going to happen. Are they okay with metadata, or are they gonna maybe with this type of environment go the inscription route so that's permanently on the blockchain? Those are things that I have questions about as well. Oh gosh, doctor, you're very passionate over there. What's up, Tony, in the chat? Oh yeah, I do have an article. So the next article, the next article is about how Geo likes to short the market. Here we go. I'm just kidding. There was your article. Here we go. What's next? Let's talk about price action, man. I wanna talk about price action. I love Bitcoins. I love the beautiful system that we have here. Now, let's go over the market recap. The market recap. I love the market recap, but today it's not that cool. We don't have a sea of green. We have a bunch of red. Ah! Look at this. Oh no! No! We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was doing really good. And we hit $53,000 on the dot this morning. I was just like kind of shook as to like what went down here. Did Gio even see my little article thing I did? I don't even think he saw it. I don't even think he saw it. He was complaining. He didn't even see it. We got Bitcoin. $51,630, down 0.3%. We got the red dot pulling that momentum down. Money flow is meh. VWAP is very meh. Very meh, meh, meh. RSI, very overbought still. Seems like it might be starting to cool off. Makes sense because, again, we had that high of $53,000 this morning. It seems like we're battling still with this 51.8. Seems like ever since, like, you know, we hit that level the other day on Wednesday, 14th. We've just been kind of lingering there. And again, people are going to start to get bored. They're going to be like, what's going on with Bitcoin? I want more attention, all that type of stuff. But again, this is kind of like a Monday vibe because the markets were closed yesterday and a lot of people weren't trading for whatever reason. But yeah, we're kind of sideways today. So again, I'm still looking at that 46.8 to be cautious. Not 46.8, 48.6. I'm like confusing numbers. 48.6, I'm sorry. And then we have our 51.5, 51.8, and then we have our 56.1 that I'm looking at. Basically 56K based on previous levels here. But very interesting. I'm going to see what happens with Bitcoin. Again, we were doing so good, but then we just dumped $1,500, which, again, isn't the worst thing. It needs to cool off, especially because Ethereum, bro. Let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum hit $3,000 earlier today. Hit it and rejected it like ASAP. We're at $29.15 now. Looking here, we have a fresh red dot, a little bit Christmas tree action, as I like to call it here, but we have a red dot that was printing on the momentum. Money flow slightly in the green. VWAP is sharply down, which I don't enjoy sharp moves down because that means scaries. That means scaries. But we are going to take a look over here at our levels. Again, 26.13 could always come back into play, but neutrally and slightly bearish, we have a 27.75. Ideally, we want to keep closing above this, and then bullishly, you guys could see that, yeah, 32.34. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Those are our major levels right now, but congrats for ETH for hitting 3K. Literally, it's almost its all-time high. Almost its all-time high. It's very, very interesting. All my little all my geo pickles in the chat. Let me know how you, because there's a lot of traders in here. I have some lifers in here. We have some traders. Hello, traders. Please let me know what you guys think about ETH. Are we going to close today over $3,000? Put a 1 or a yes emoji, and put a 2 or a no if we think we're not. If you think we're going to close again over $3,000 today, put a 1 or a yes. And if you don't, put a 2 or a no. All right. Let me know your thoughts. I want to see thoughts in the chat. I want to see the thoughts. I want to see the zest. I want to see the love. The love. Let's talk about Litecoins as I'm getting your opinions. I see a lot of 1s. Ooh, a lot of 2s, though. Crypto Farmer got liquidated. No. No, God. Let's talk about Litecoin. Wow, you guys are crazy in the chat. Wow, there's a lot of disagreements here. Wow. But Litecoin seems like she's rejecting the 200-day SMA. I'm worried about her as always. We have a red dot that was just printed. We're at $68.61, down almost 4% for Litecoin, of course. Down with the money flow, sharp VWAP down, red dot just printed, and the RSI is just giving meh. We also have a low today of $67. We had a high here, $71.30. It just seems like $71 is just like this major freaking issue, for Litecoin, especially staying above the 200-day SMA that's at $69.07. I mean, it's at $69. Come on, Litecoin. Enjoy the $69. Go to $74.50 range. That's what I freaking want. It's what I need in my life. But yeah. $62 could still come into play, yada yada. People are sleeping on Litecoin though, definitely sleeping on it. It's okay though, it's okay. If Frankie has the candle mafia, does Randy have the hipsters?
Bing bong.
Bing bong to you, my friend. Binger bonger. Let's talk about Dogecoin. Dogecoin just couldn't hold on to that 0.086 cents. And you guys know my heart is going to be warm and fluffy at 9.5. We have our green dot on the momentum. VWAP sharply down, though. Money flow not in the green yet. Waiting for that to maybe curve up a little bit because we love curvature on the channel. But also, we kind of had a really nice run with the RSI. Seems like we're retracing heavily there. Hopefully, we don't go into the bearish zone. But again, 0.086 we're looking at. Not too spicy. It seems like it's rejecting it. Again, neutral, slightly bullish is 0.086 to close. And then 8 cents is slightly bearish. And then majorly bearish is if we battle that 200-day SMA again. But again, 9.5 cents. That's what I want. That's what I need. You're the only one I see. Give me a coin request. Give me the coin request. I want to see what you guys want me to look at. Andrew F., don't be afraid. It's a healthy pullback by the dips DCA. Go off, Andrew. Shoot. Freaking Andrew killing the game out here. Bing bong to that.
Bing bong.
Crabman said I hold 2 Litecoin. One for Randy, one for Tom. That's so funny. That's so funny. The thing is, Flat Smack, I see you in the chat. I cannot do a Casper. I cannot do Caspa because, again, this is fully price discovery, and I'm not one to give you any sort of not advice, but sort of technological analysis at this level. We could do Solana though. We could do Solana. Where are you, Solana? All right, so we have $106.06, down around 5% right now, the Solana, $106. VWAP down, money flow down, momentum not looking too snazzy here with the red dot being printed. RSI is kind of meh, giving meh. Overbought, just plummeted. Looks like it's heading towards a neutral zone. So here are the main levels we're still looking at. Again, you want to maintain support at $104. That's ideal. Oh, wait, can you see that? Yeah, okay. That's better. So you want to maintain support here at 104, but if anything, again, I always look at 94 because we established a nice support there, and once we did and it was defended, we kind of moved on up around this 117. It seems like we were trying to battle that 120 resistance, just couldn't do it. But yeah, I'd look at 105 and then past that 120 resistance and then look at 133 in the most bullish scenario for right now, for this moment in time. For this moment in time. All right, let's do link. Because, girl, I want to link with you. Rrr. Okay. So, we got link. $18.98. Oh, $18.99. Are we going to break $19 again? We're down 4.3%. Let's take a gander. VWAP is down. Ronell, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. Oh, wait, the hand heart. It's not heart me. Hand heart. Thank you. We got that VWAP down. The money flow is meh. Red dot printed, pulling the momentum down. RSI is meh. Just overall bleh. As you could see, went from overbought, tried to battle that, and just dumped on the RSI. Pretty much looks like everything else this morning. $19.57 is what you would want to close at. But also take a look at $16.14 around, because that was major resistance. And then bullishly look at the 26 bucks, 26.12. But those are just the levels we're watching based on, again, previous and historic levels and price action. Let's see what else is here. Rich Taboo said, "Go girl, I'm new and liking your style. Keep it real is the way forward." Well, why, thank you, Rich Taboo. Thank you, Rich Taboo. I appreciate that. Welcome to the show. Power said, "Let's go, like, guys." I agree. I agree. Why is everything dumping at the moment? Something happened that I don't know about. Curtis, I don't believe it's something you don't know about. I think it's just Bitcoin being Bitcoin, because ETH and Bitcoin ran. Bitcoin hit 53, not Litecoins. ETH hit 3K. So yeah, it was just a nice pump and then a pullback, but this is kind of like Monday price action, as Crypto Lifer kind of described. It was like the perfect way, where a lot of people had the day off yesterday, the markets weren't really going, and people were like, but more like today, people woke up and they're just playing with their emotions more so. But listen, this is what Bitcoin does. She has her moment, she cools off, and this is another kind of consolidation period, tight consolidation. We've barely moved in price action since we pumped up here on Wednesday the 14th. So yeah, this is just a tight consolidation, and it running to 53 and coming back down, like, that's only $1,500. So to me, it's not like the biggest dumpity do in the world. It's really not that deep. It's not that deep. At least to me, it's not. But if you guys are trading and you guys are like degens, like in Geo's group, or, you know, just like the spicy people you are, then yeah, you got to be careful. All right, what's next? INJ. Okay, yeah, got it. All right. Someone asked for ApeCoin. I got to put this on my list. Give me a second. Ape. Hold on. I got to text it to myself. Ape. Okay, cool. So let's go to INJ. If you guys are new to the show, I definitely want to make sure I give you love. So please make sure you comment if you're new to the show. All right. So we have Injective. All right, yeah, so because I'm on Binance, forgive me. Let me know if there's another exchange with more data here. But I have until 2020. So based upon what we have, this is basically price discovery at $35.74. We got red dot on the momentum. Everything seems pretty fresh in the wrong direction. Around 5% down. I would keep looking at $40.46 as somewhere where we would like to target. For bullish, and then bearish, I'm still looking at $29. It's pretty much the same stuff. And finding support there would be great. Rich Taboo, subscribe to the channel. Welcome. He subscribed and commented. He is no. That is beautiful. Ken said, "How am I not green? You need a membership, my friend." Hoggle said, "When Bugatti, a Bugatti." As Andrew Tate, "I got a Bugatti." Bugatti. Andrew Tate, I actually got copyrighted for putting his video on the show. I guess he doesn't want people to share his thoughts. Javier, what are my indicators? Market Cipher. So if you would like to acquire some Market Cipher, click that link in the live chat in the description, and you'll be able to use code missteencrypto or code Zesty for 20% off. Shout out to Ken that wanted his name to be green, and now he's a member. Now, Ken, you can send all of your zesty emojis. We need membershipery. We love membershipery. Crypto Farmer says double viewing. That's hilarious. You're awesome, Crypto Farmer. Let's do ApeCoin next for our friend on TikTok. I'll take a TikTok request. So there was kind of like this downtrend that was going on here. Major points being hit. And you could even extend that out probably a little bit longer, but it was just a slide all the way down for ApeCoin from its launch. Obviously, that was highly anticipated, and I kind of was talking about that when it came out. I was like, guys, be careful. And I was right, unfortunately. But we're at $1.73 right now, 0.64% in the green. One of the few things that are slightly in the green today, but not by much. Green money flow slightly. VWAP is meh. Momentum is pushed up pretty nicely. Highest momentum we've had in a minute, pretty much since right here in January of 2023. And back in January of 2023, we were pretty popping over here throughout that month, going from pretty much The start of January was $3.63, and then by the end, pretty much by February, it was $6.28 and dumped all the way back down, which was highly crazy and madly volatile. So we kind of double bottomed here, pushed our way up, but I would keep looking at $1.08, staying above that 200-day SMA. It's having a nice push, and it had a high today of $1.91, which is pretty wild. But I'd be looking at $2.07 for the bullish scenario, but still the same stuff pretty much. Same stuff for ape. Hold on, I have another one here on my list. All right, Cardanzos. The Cardanzos. Cardano, still same levels in freaking play. Scratch Eye ApeCoin developers. If you have proof of that, please DM it to me or put it in Discord or my Telegram. I would love to actually know about that. We have 60-cent Cardano here, 3.6% in the red. Fresh red dot printed, VWAP down. Seems like the money flow is in the red now. RSI is meh. As you guys can see, same levels still apply, but bullishly kind of neutral. Looking at that 64 cents, seems like it was tapped but rejected today. Bearish looking at that 45, and then bullish is up here, which is at 92 cents. But again, very ambitious, looking for more support and love from the Cardanzo market players. I saw Debo Hype saying, hi, you're amazing, love your content. Render. Yeah, I'll look at render. Give me a second. Let me get that. Render. It's a render. I'm rendering my love. I'm rendering my love for you. All right, let's see. All right, I 100% have a chart here for this somewhere. Yeah. Okay, I found it. I found it. Oh, okay. So, all right. This one, my friend, I don't really know what to tell you on this one exactly, because this, to me, is pretty, based upon my, what is this, Binance chart, seems like it's pretty much in price discovery here. Binance, I'll show it to you. Binance goes back here to November of 2021. So we have $5.89. Shout out to Craig for subscribing to the channel. We're down 6.5% about. Red dot printing on the momentum. Green money flow. VWAP is down though. RSI is tanking. We see that we hit a high today, technically it's today's candle. $6.30. Now this also dates back to right about here where we had our all-time highs, pretty much the launch, $7.48. So again, I would be looking at where we rejected, which is $6.14 in the past. Which again is right here. So it seems like we still have a slight resistance in this area. It's pretty much price discovery, so I really can't tell you much other than to look at maybe closing and having a support at $6.14, and then maybe bearishly going back and reestablishing support at $5.27. But otherwise, I really can't tell you anything because it's basically all-time highs. And we're actually getting close to that point with Ethereum. We're getting to that point with Bitcoin where we're awfully close. Awfully. Boo 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 boo. When Emma? Oh no, Duke. Oh no. Come on, guys, back again to the 600 likes. I would love that. That would be absolutely beautiful. Shout out to everybody in this chat. You guys are amazing. Let me see if I have any more. Oh, Ethereum Classic. Yeah, okay. I had to get a side scroll mouse. What's a side scroll mouse? I should look into that, right? No problem, Debo. I got you. I think I have to look up what a side scroll mouse is. Hold on. ETC. Ethereum Classics. Okay. Got it. $26.46, down around 3.5%. We have the VWAP down. Money flows meh. Green dot recently. Yep, that's a green dot recently printed the other day. What was this? The 19th. So literally yesterday. So looking pretty okay, pretty sideways for the most part, especially because the RSI is just giving that sideways vibe. So yeah, the main levels I'm looking at is to keep defending 2561 and then bullishly to maybe test again that 2950 based upon previous data and such. Those are the levels, still the same. Ronell, thank you for the 6 roses. I appreciate it. Beautiful. Ethereum Classic, the most shorted crypto, might be true. Makes it so much faster moving the chart. Donnie said, hold on. What side scroll mouse? I'm just going to keep it on the side and write it down so I don't forget about it. Side scroll mouse. Yeah, got it. Oh, I know what those are. Yeah, the little ball on it. I know exactly what that is. Nice mango season. Is it mango season? Hi, Craig. Got you, dude. Got you, Craig. Dave P. Rocky B. Copyrighted Aiden Ross and their bros. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, do you want your message spread or not, is my opinion. Oh, God. What is going on, Wick, with this festival? I have no idea what you're talking about there. But what I do know is that we have the Litecoin Summit, baby. Shout out to the Litecoin Summit. I am so excited. July 24th to the 25th in Nashville, Tennessee. Make sure you guys check out this beautiful, beautiful conference. Tickets are only $84 because they're considerate of other people and things, which I absolutely love. I always talk about affordability for conferences being a huge issue, and you shouldn't have to spend over $1,000 for a ticket and go finance your ticket to go to this conference that has nothing new. So $84. Go to a conference. There's going to be really great high-profile people at this conference, really leading industry players that have to do Coinbase and so many others. So I would definitely take a look at that speaker list. Dave Digital, did I buy the dip? I wish I could have. Listen, we always want more, to be honest. But I feel like after last week, my heart's very nice and warm. You know what I mean? Christopher Hannah, I did some Cardano already. Shout out to Billy in the chat. Hi, Billy. Was Redman in here before? I think I said hi to Redman. Rob C. Who else? The Power. Hello. Jose Mendoza. He said, I knew. Hello, Jose Mendoza. Thank you for joining, my friend. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the show. Ben, 200 EMA bounce from Good Zone. For which one? Will there be a recording of Litecoin Summit? MetaMask, that's a good question. I can confirm probably closer to the event, but every other Litecoin Summit, they've had like a live stream of the whole day, just like a live stream of the stage and everything. So I believe there should be recordings or maybe even a live stream, but don't quote me on it right now. I'm just talking mad sheesh, because of my previous scenery of the Litecoin Summit. But I will definitely confirm that for you at one point or another. The Power, I got you, my friend. Roland, hello. Hope you and the babies are having a good day. Shout out to Roland and the babies. Need buy the dip hats and shirts, Crypto Farmer says. Okay, let me write that. I'll write that down as an idea right here. Buy the dip merch. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I write everything down because, like, I have too many things going on in my brain. Slarty, hello, welcome. Meninja, it's like 100 emoji. That's funny. Meninja, I think you lost your membership. That's probably why you're writing that. Haven Peck, good point. Meta, oh no. MetaMask, okay, I'll see the recording. Got you. David, hello, nice to see you. Yeah, make sure you guys check out the Litecoin Summit. That would be awesome if I could see you guys on there at the conference and in the live stream if you guys can't make it to the conference. But yeah, that's ideally the Zest. Right, Oval with the Noogle emoji. Is that like a 12-inch phone, Randy? No. It's just a regular phone, and it has my beautiful merch on it. I love this phone case. Shout out to the merch store. If you guys haven't yet, please check out the merch store. It's absolutely amazing. We worked so hard on it, and we're going to have to obviously do more because I rebranded and stuff. But definitely check out the phone cases. There's clear ones. There's this one right here, which I love too. So, yay. Will you go live on my YouTube for the Litecoin Summit? I have to actually figure out the logistics of how that would work. But you guys know I'm going to be putting out content. I'm going to be all over the place. And a lot of the times at conferences, I like to go around with my selfie stick, go to the booths, and talk to all the random people that are there. So there's definitely going to be content from me. But again, it's only February. This thing is in July. So I'll have a lot of time to figure some stuff out. Don't trip by the dip. I feel you, dude. We have 158 likes. Can we get 175 today? Is that possible? Is this gonna happen for us? We have 157. Let's pimp that to 175. Pump it up, my friends. Nicholas wants a Randi Hipper FLUX. FLUX and Litecoin merch. I do have Litecoin merch. That's something I do have. But I think it's only the basic.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
$5 from Dagino. Just DM'd you on X. Promise it's Johnny Deaton's campaign video. Running against E. Warren.
Digi, got you, my friend. I didn't think that was real. So is he actually running against Liz Warren? Hold on. This is amazing. Shout out to John Deaton. Hold on. I'm going to the DM. Going to the DM. All right. I got it. Oh, shoot. John Deaton said first it was schoolyard bullies, then it was greedy corporations and the SEC, and now I'm taking on the Washington elites. Whoa. Freaking John. What a king. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted on this. If I do, I'll have to blur it out.
Highland Park, Detroit. I grew up in real poverty in a dangerous, violent neighborhood. I got beat up, but I fought back. I learned life's lessons, and my motto became no fear and never give up.
Freaking yes.
My mom, my hero, a single mom on welfare and food stamps who worked as many jobs as she could just to put food on the table. Most of the times, it was just beans and cornbread, but she did her best. They called me white trash, but I made it out. It wasn't easy. I was the only one in my family to graduate high school. I worked my way through college and New England School of Law, living in Roxbury. I joined the Marines, fought addiction, cancer, and mountains of debt. No fear, and I will never give up. After law school, I got married, became the proud father of 3 amazing daughters, and built the law practice.
What a king.
I fought for the little guy. I took on the greedy corporations and the heartless insurance companies, and I won. I took on the Washington insiders, and I won. I am running for U.S. Senate to continue my life's mission to shake things up for the people who need it most. Take on the drug and insurance companies for better, more accessible health care.
This guy's
Instead
running
of just
for president,
pointing
not
fingers
Senate.
at each other, actually work to solve the migrant crisis. Fight inflation that's crushing working families. Work for better opportunities for children. Take on Washington corruption and the division that's killing this country. We need term limits for these career politicians who have simply forgotten who elected them. Elizabeth Warren, well, she promised to be a champion for those in need. Instead, she gives lectures and plays politics and gets nothing done for Massachusetts.
Go off.
I will work day and night to make a difference in your life. I know your life struggles because I've lived them. I know your dreams and your hopes for you and your family because I share them. I will fight for what is right because I have no fear, and I will never give up.
Wow. Freaking wow. John Deaton, my guy. That was amazing. Thank God. This gives me hope for the world. It's like this wasn't even like a Senate campaign ad. This was a presidential campaign ad. That was absolutely amazing. If he just said I'm running for president instead of Senate, I would have been like, sheesh, at least we got someone for president. Wow. Claps again. That was freaking fire. That was fire. John Deaton, what a guy, man. Grew up from nothing. Built his wealth, built his family, built his life, and all for the freaking people? John Deaton, you rock star. I adore this man. I adore this man. That hit me in the heart. That hit me in the soul. That hit me in the soul. I enjoyed that so much. Shout out to John Deaton. Take out Liz Warren. Someone said a potato was better than Liz Warren, which is true. She's horrible. And all she does is lie. She's deceitful. If I was in Massachusetts, I'd register to vote just for that. I'd register to vote just for that. Oh, wow. That's crazy. He has a donation page. Let me see. Let's click his johndeatonforsenate.com. Oh, yeah, you guys could donate. So up here, you guys can donate. Click that and get after it. I'm surprised he doesn't accept crypto yet. We should ask him about that. PayPal card or the bank, you guys could donate to him if you feel the need. Wow, this is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. John Deaton once again. Wow. I really hope for the best with John. I really hope he succeeds. It's really important that we have people that actually care about us in the government. Oh, thank you, CJ. Hello, Fun BK. Nice to see you. What's up, Kenny in the chat? Nice to see you, Kenny, in the chat. Just wow. Ninja. I don't know why it says 0 memberships, but gifted 5 memberships. Woohoo! Membershippery. We love that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Ninja. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to the membershippery in here. Give me a Liz Warren emoji. Give me a Liz Warren emoji if you guys are now members. Now you can spam all the Gary Gensler and Liz Warrens that you want. How gorgeous is this? Ninja, how were you able to gift memberships if you yourself don't have a membership? Ooh, that's pretty interesting. Michael, that was a great ad. I freaking agree. That was an amazing ad, dude. Amazing ad. Needed that very much. That was really hyping me up for like live. Like, yeah, let's freaking go. Someone cares about us and stuff. It's something unique. Haven, that's what I deserve for not being subscribed. Oh, Haven, no. Haven, no. It's going to be okay, my friend. It's going to be okay. Make sure you are subscribed. And if you want to have opportunities for memberships in the future, just click that accept gift button. And make sure you could accept the gifts. Cool. Wow, this is beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are beautiful. You guys are freaking beautiful. Yeah, I see all these. So is it going to ring again? I guess so. This bot really just does whatever it wants, man. It really just does whatever it wants. It's the Matrix. I know, Ninja. It's okay. Thank you for the love. I really do appreciate it. You're the best. You're always here for me, my friend. You're always here for me. But thank you guys so much. We have a lot to cover today. We have a lot to do. So we're going to get after it. Of course, I'm going to post some short forms. I'm going to post everything everywhere, as I always do, because all I like to do is post and create content about cryptocurrency and magic internet money so I can educate the world. So if you guys enjoyed the show, make sure you guys smash the like, subscribe, share the stream out with friends so we can continue to get after it. And we're going to be back here, of course, Monday through Friday, 9:45 a.m. for the Daily Zest. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing, lovely, doubly day. And as always, you guys know what I'm going to say. You guys know what I'm going to say. To stay zesty. Peace.